I have the GoPro just right here at the base while I work.
Copy, Chris. We see it.
NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy now at his first work site today, working to install a camera attached to a boom.
Okay, black lines aligned. Camera's pointing towards Earth. Wiggle, good pull test. The locking black lines are lined up. We have a good install.
We concur. Chris, copy on the pull test. We're going after the power cable next. That's what W4193.
You're okay, Josh. I'll release my RT-RET.
Affirmative.
Copy.
With the camera securely installed, Chris Cassidy will now work to mate power cables and provide power to that new camera.
Okay, Josh, one more time for the number of the power cable.
And for Chris, we're looking for power cable W4193. That's the P1 end, and we can retrieve it from the handrail where it's stowed on 3049.
Okay, I have it in my hand.
Roger that. Next, we're going to want a RET to the power cable adjustable that should be on it.
It's complete.
Copy. In that case, you can use that new config, the mini workstation RET and adjustable on the end of that RET to retrieve the cap from the S3 power cable.
Okay, Josh, the ORU bag is installed on the EP between handrail 7328 and 7329.
Okay, good config, Bob. Thanks. Let us know if you took the camera out.
Yeah, I'll be taking the camera here, working on that now.
Copy.
Josh, would you like this cap removed on the P1 end?
And Chris, yeah, we got cut off on the handover, but we want to take the cap off and put it onto that adjustable end, the adjustable that's connected to your mini workstation RET.
Okay. That's removed.
Copy, Chris. Next, we'll be relocating the lens cover RET hook from the small boom handrail to your mini workstation.
It's complete.
Copy. In that case, we're ready to release the 2 quarter-turn fasteners on the lens cover assembly. We're going to take it off, stow it with the caps behind your T-bar. And just a heads up here that we want to avoid contact with the high-def camera quartz antenna apertures, window, and shroud.
Okay, copy. That's removed. Ready for the next step, Josh? And Josh, I've retrieved the camera. We're making my way outboard on the truss.
Copy, Bob. You can return to structure. I'll have you verify the S6 with APFR settings before you pass it. And then, Chris, we're ready for you to mate the power cable. We are talking a little bit about met rates here, and we might have a rest coming up, but we'd like to finish this task first. So, Chris, you're go to mate power cable 4193 to the J1 port on the camera.
Power cable 4193 to the J1 port on the camera.
Good words, Chris, with a reminder to not check the safety tether not trapped behind it.
AMI band is good. No safety tether trap.
Copy all.
Okay, Josh, go with the APFR settings.
So, Bob, we'd like to see 6 India, India, Fox 12.
Okay, 6 India, India, Foxtrot. 5, the pins were straight, EMI bands. Ram 12 is verified. Sorry, Bob. No worries.
That's a good APFR, Bob.
NASA astronaut Bob Behnken is currently setting up the APFR, or Articulating Portable Foot Restraint.
So, Bob, we'll show you continuing to... Copy mated, Chris. As I said, Bob, you can continue to translate nice and slowly out to your green hook location, 2072.
Copy.
And Chris, with that mate, we'll move on to the Ethernet connections. You're going to be looking to grab the pigtail. It's labeled Whiskey 4290, pigtail bundle from the wire tie on the base of the boom.
Okay, copy. It's released.
Copy, Chris. You'll be taking it inboard towards the Ethernet cable that's stowed on 3049.
All right. Caps coming off of that.
Affirmative. That cap can go on to the other end of the adjustable. Roger, cap removed.
And thus I've arrived at my green hook location.
Copy, Bob. Green hook can go there, 2072. And with that, as soon as you have the green hook down, Bob, we're just going to pause for timeline for a few minutes. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Chris.
5, EMI bands intact, fins are straight, ready to mate on your go.
Copy. We are go for that mate. It should be W4294 mating to 4290.
4290. 4294.
Good words.
Locked over center.
Copy over center.
All right. I think it's time to tidy up these lines.
Affirmative. A couple wire ties that are pre-installed. You'll be using those pre-integrated wire tie at the top of the boom, one at the base, and then you can secure any more slack all to 3049.
Copy that.
And Chris, just for your awareness, we're putting power onto the boom now, so we'll let you know how it checks out.
Thank you for letting me know. Josh, with the instructions to keep the lines on opposite side of the boom for EMI purposes, I'm going to need to use long wire tie. Pre-installed short one doesn't reach all the way around.
And Chris, we copy you using an additional long wire tie. Further words from here, if it helps, is that we just need the separation width equivalent to the handrail. So opposite sides of the boom would do, but opposite sides of the handrail would also suffice.
Okay, so that's different than the pre-brief. That helps a lot, thank you.
Copy. It's, the detail here that I'm hearing is that if we have an inch between the two cables, we'll be good on EMI.
All right, roger that.
NASA's Chris Cassidy is now securing those cables with wire ties to the International Space Station. He has just installed an HD camera pointing down at the Earth.
Okay, Josh, I've arrived at the Kulak bag and can pause here if that's what y'all are thinking.
Copy that, Bob. Continue to pause there at the Kulak bag, and we'll come back to you when we're ready.
About the ORU bags up on the pallet, and you're at the rock?
Correct. The ORU bag is up on the pallet on the UP. I have the camera, and I am pausing at the crew lock bag.
All right, I'm putting up cables. Everything's connected, just doing wire ties and stuff.
Copy.
We copy. And just with a bit of a big picture, Chris, after these cables are tidied up and down, we anticipate taking a little bit of a break here for you as well. And then Bob will probably get you moving momentarily once we show good data.
Copy. Working at rates.
Hey, firm. But no worries, we're just over 40 minutes in, so doing well on time. And Bob, an update on the pause. Just as you know, have been shown a little bit higher than normal on you, so we're indicating potentially another 5 minutes in this break, 5 to go.
Copy. I'm going to use one short wire tie from my main workstation.
Copy that, Chris.
NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy continues to route and wire tie these cables for the newly installed HD camera on the outside of the International Space Station. Meanwhile, NASA astronaut Bob Behnken is pausing, taking a brief rest to conserve some of the consumables like oxygen in his spacesuit.
All right, Chris, as you finish up those wire ties, the data here is showing about a 3-minute wait, 3-minute pause for you when you're done.
Copy.
And as you pause, that might be a good time to kind of just move your head around as able and give us a WVS scan of the work site.
You betcha.
And Bob, we're back with you and we're ready to pick up again. We are on timeline, so if you're ready, we can get going with the setup.
Okay, copy that.
I know you're already up by the radiator side there. The caution was to avoid the radiator all day, and then we're going to be looking to reconfigure the crew lock bag.
Okay, copy that. And you want the crew lock bag between handrails 2055 and 2050, correct?
That's a good config. We can get out of it the pip pin with the hex driver, and we'll configure that onto the PGT.
Bob Behnken is back to work as Chris Cassidy completes his first task.
Josh, I've used 2 small wire ties on my mini workstation, or VRT rather.
Copy, Chris.
From Bob Behnken's helmet camera, you can see some of the tools that they'll be using today.
And for Chris, during the pause, if it's convenient,
Hex driver is installed on the PGT.
Copy, Bob. Take a full test.
Full test.
Roger that. So, Bob, we're going to be stowing the PGT on battery 4's H2 scoop using that adjustable.
Copy.
The other end with the Red series. And it's going to go on the Red series back to the crew lock bag, if that's what it was. We missed that.
I'm sorry, nothing else out of the crew lock bag, so I'll close that up.
Good words.
The first of those tools that we'll see used today, which you've just watched Bob Behnken configure.
Club hop and gauntlet check here during your pause.
That'll be the hex driver attached to the PGT, or the pistol grip tool.
Gloves. I have the small piece of RTV, the base of my left index finger, and that's missing, and that was baseline glove check too. So it's the same as equals.
Copy, Chris.
GoPro survey complete.
Roger.
Bob, I'm in my 3-minute rest here.
NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy finishing up a brief pause. Also preparing to get back to work and head out to the same workstation as Bob Behnken.
And the red series back to the crew outside.
And Bob, we copy PGT configured for Chris. We just lost you there on the handover, but your rest is complete. We're go for you to translate out towards your green hook location. 2 reminders, pick up the GoPro and check the gauntlets.
Gauntlets are in place. GoPro in work.
Roger, Chris. For Bob, next up we'll be headed down to your APFR, and we want to check the settings there when we see it.
Okay.
And guys, big picture on the day, we're 55 minutes in, right on timeline at the 6:45, working towards a 6:45 PET right now with MEDOX the limiting factor.
You guys have arrived at the APFR 12, Quebec, Foxtrot 12.
Copy, Bob. That's a good APFR config, and now we'll take a glove, hop, and gauntlet.
My hop is dry baseline. My gauntlets are still up. And for my gloves, on my left hand,